Hello and welcome to Bullseye Interviewer Training, interviews that hit the mark. This training class will provide you with practical guidance on conducting effective interviews. This training class consists of a couple of videos and quizzes along the way, as well as a certification test at the end. The training class will provide you with insight into how to conduct an effective interview. Session objectives. By the end of this session, first of all, you will be able to plan an effective interview strategy. Secondly, you'll learn to develop solid job-related questions so you can really get to the bottom of what you're looking for in a candidate. Thirdly, we'll focus on the legal issues regarding hiring so we can avoid the possibility of discrimination. And overall, we'll learn to conduct successful interviews that are respectful, insightful, and effective. Starting from the big picture, we want to make sure that supervisors and managers understand why interviews are so important. First of all, they provide you with information you need to make the best hiring decisions. We also want to make sure that we evaluate candidates objectively. Sure, there's an element of subjectivity in our decision, but we have to make sure that it's based on fact and evidence. We want to hire the candidate that's the best fit for the job. Therefore, we need to ask good questions to really determine who the best fit for the job would be. So interviews are one of the most important functions of a supervisor or manager. And even if you're just participating on a panel, you have the opportunity to have your input heard and ensure that you obtain great coworkers. Here are some of the common mistakes we'll learn to avoid in our interview process. The first mistake is focusing on deficiencies from a previous employee. If the past employee was not analytical enough, you might be looking for someone with strong analytical skills. However, that might not be the most important factor. So it's important to really sketch out what you're looking for and then ask questions accordingly. The second common mistake is asking unlawful questions. In the resources, you'll find a list of inappropriate questions based on EEO and state law. So take a look at that list to ensure that you understand what the legal issues are. But some common unlawful questions are, how old are you? What kind of last name is that? Or other kinds of questions that are protected by state and federal law. The third common mistake is making snap decisions. You really need to be systematic in your decision making. The fourth mistake is forgetting about common values. Your organization has spent a lot of time developing a list of values that it thinks are important in terms of how employees should act and behave in order to support customers, the environment, or other shareholders. So use those values as criteria to determine whether the applicant is going to be a good match for your values. The fifth common mistake is not preparing questions in advance. In order to be systematic and consistent in our interviews, we really need to have a list of questions prepared in advance that we ask each and every applicant. The Bullseye system can assist you with that, and you'll be able to formulate your own questions that are direct and to the point and result in good information from your applicants. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to talking about these very important subjects so you can be the best interviewer you can be.